interpreting the what you call kind of classical text, the text which has been written in the uh, 2000 or 500 or 2 or 300 years before. Because according to the Quentin Skinner, whatsoever the writing a writer writes or diagram depicted by the any diagrammer or any article is been written by any person is due to the some certain condition. The Quentin Skinner has said that all the political theories, you must in the first semester you must have done the John Rawls theory of justice. Anyone, can you tell me please what is the John Rawls theory of justice? Anyone? John Rawls की justice theory of justice का main point क्या? What is the major argument of John Rawls theory of justice? And the theory of justice of John Rawls is not very old. It is just he has written in 1971. Anyone?
Sir, it is about equitable distribution.
Yeah. The John Rawls have tried to remove the inequalities in the society, and he has tried that how we can make a society where all the person can live a happy life. They should not have any kind of discrimination. Now the question here is that why John Rawls was compelled to talk about two basic principle theory, that the distribution of basic goods, the distribution of basic rights to all the individual. Why he was talking about that? Why John Rawls was talking about a kind of justice where he was trying to equalize the people who is having fully fit or a person who is handicapped. So why the John Rawls was talking about such kind of justice, that how we can maintain the equality. So what I'm trying to say is that whenever any author try to write any text, it is only written under the some certain condition, some certain situation, and used to propel any author. Even though if you can ask that why the Newton has given the law, the Newton's first law or Newton's second law, Newton's third law, because he was trying to convey some certain message that if you will do this kind of activity, you will get this result. Same thing like that in the political theory is always been evolved under the some certain conditions, certain context. So according to the Quentin Skinner, that if you don't know the context, if you don't know the situation, then it is not easy for you to interpret the classical text, the text which is written in the certain conditions, certain situation, and especially the written in a different other language. So you need to have very good understanding and the knowledge about the condition of the author, and we need to understand what kind of time was going on. And the third thing, Quentin Skinner has talked about, that we need to understand the language of the author too. That what kind of word has been used by the author and what was the meaning, what is the interpretation of that particular word is there. So Quentin Skinner has talked about this method, that how we can read the Aristotle, how we can read the Kant, what are those things are there. So that's why we have discussed in the yesterday's lecture that about the contextual approach, and the contextual approach can be seen as a two important basis. One is the philosophy, what kind of idea was there, what kind of philosophy was driven during that period of the time. Like in the contemporary era, we can say that feminism is going on everywhere. We can see that how the feminism, the equality for the gender is going on. But on the practical level, we can see that how the Nirbhaya case or Nirbhaya incident had been taken place, how the rape. So there are two kinds of things are going on. So contextual approach always talks about in every society there are two things. One is the empirical evidences, other is the philosophical or the ideological debate is going on. So we need to understand both the situation, both the things. So the Quentin Skinner has written in his book the vision and the politics, and that how we can read and how we can interpret the text. So, what the Quentin Skinner has basically tried, the Quentin Skinner has basically tried to identify the truth. What is the truth is there? Means whenever we are reading any text, we are reading the text only to know the truth. So Quentin Skinner has said that we can understand the truth only after knowing the some certain condition, certain context. What the context was there, why the author has written the text, and that point of time, the meaning of that particular word may have different meaning, different utility may be there, like the term political, like the term society. So during that, if you can talk about during the Plato's period, during the Aristotle's period, there is no difference between the society, state, and the government. They always they have taken it as a kind of synonym. They have never taken it as a kind of different word. So we can say in that manner. Apart from the Quentin Skinner, there are two more thinkers are there. One is the Thomas Kuhn, other is the Selden Wallin. So I will discuss you later on. But before discussing the Quentin Skinner suggested method, uh, uh, what yesterday we have also discussed that what are the loopholes, what are the problems is there in the textual approach that has also been mentioned by the contextual approach. The contextual approach has said that if we want to read the classical text, we need to understand the context. We cannot interpret the classical text according to the contemporary language or contemporary understanding of the society. So we need to understand the society. And the most important thing the textual approach has said that we need to build the argument A, B, C, D like that. We need to create a kind of series. The contextual approach has said that you can create a series or argument can be developed, but those arguments can be falsified, cannot be true. So without knowing the context, without knowing the situation, the argument is not only the validity, or there is no validity to the building argument. So this has they have criticized, they have questioned the kind of argument based kind of thing, that whenever we are reading any book or in text, we need to correlate each and every paragraph by first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph. They should have a kind of some certain kind of series. So Quentin Skinner has said that this paragraph argument can be constructed, it can be built, it can be false, it cannot be true. So they have also questioned the method which has been suggested by the textual approach. And the next thing, the Quentin Skinner has said that the proper understanding of the text should be based on inquiry into what they were intended to mean and how that meaning was intended to be taken. They have recommended that philosophical analysis, we need to do the philosophical analysis with the historical evidences. Means when Plato has talked about that we need to create a peace, it means we need to see that during that period of the time there was civil war was going on or not. So we need to correlate the philosophy, the idea with the evidence. Means we need to make the empirical kind of thing. Whatever the author is saying, that should have to have some certain kind of relationship with the evidence based kind of thing. So they should have a kind of a correlation. Speech act theory, this is known as a speech act theory, which has been discussed by the Quentin Skinner. So the Quentin Skinner has basically, first of all, he has tried that the textual method which we are reading, which we are preferring to interpret the text, that is driven by a lot of problems. That is not the correct method to interpret the text. There are issues, and if you are following the textual approach, then we may misinterpret the text and we may not go understand or go through the truth, that what the author is intended, why the author has written the text, what is the basic meaning of the text is there. So we may misinterpret it and we may not achieve our truth. So this thing has been suggested by the Quentin Skinner. In this regard, the Quentin Skinner has said that we need to do the historical investigation. What kind of historical investigation basically means? that we need to understand that what kind of condition. For example, just here I am giving you one example. The Plato has given the theory of justice. Plato's theory of justice is very important thing. Plato's justice is nothing else but it is associated with the ethics. What kind of ethics means? All the person can perform their duty and the activities according to their education, according to their skill. Means whatever the skill a person is knowing, the person can perform their activity according to the designed work. All the person have to perform that thing. That is not just as a kind of justice. But if we can include the what you call the Plato's theory of justice in the current context, then it will have a very different meaning, very different interpretation. That's why the Quentin Skinner has said that whenever we are interpreting the classical text, we need to interpret according to the historical investigation. We need to understand what the meaning of that particular term was there during that period of time, so that we can interpret the text in a what you call correct manner, correct method. So this thing has been suggested, this thing has been mentioned by the Quentin Skinner. The next thing the Quentin Skinner has mentioned that uh, 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 how in the textual approach they have just said that we need to interpret the text. For example, all human beings are political animal. Just we need to interpret this sentence. We should not have to correlate with the evidence. But the Quentin Skinner has said that whenever we are reading any text, the text should be associated with some certain kind of evidence-based kind of thing. Means whatever the author is saying, those things should have some certain kind of evidence, should have to be verified by the things whatsoever we think may be there. So that we can confirm that the author, whatever the author is saying, that is correct. There is no what we call the falsified things are there. For example, in the sciences, whenever we do the research or whenever we do the study, if I can say that H2O is the water, then it is not the correct answer. The hydrogen two atom and the oxygen one atom, when we may mix the both the things in a certain condition, then the water will form. The water will not form just after combining the hydrogen two atom and the oxygen one atom. So same thing like that, the Quentin Skinner has said that we can only get the real or truth of the any particular word with two kinds of things. The first, we need to understand the political situation, what kind of political situation was there, and we can correlate the political situation with the writing whatsoever has been written by the author. If there is a correlation is there and both of them are supporting each other, it means we are doing a correct interpretation. This is the correct interpretation is there. The next important thing that Quentin Skinner has said, that whenever we are reading any author, whenever we are reading any author, and if we know the situation, that what kind of situation was there, so that it help us to understand the basic meaning. Because when all the person always influence, always try to give response to the time, what kind of time is there, what kind of condition is there, what kind of situation is there. So all the author always try to answer the question, answer the issues. Like Mahatma Gandhi has written the book Hind Swaraj, because during that period of the time, Gandhi felt that how there is a discrimination is done by the modernity, how the industrialization is discriminating the human being, how human beings are killing other human beings. So Gandhi was trying to solve this problem. So what is this? Gandhi was reacting to the some certain condition. Gandhi has tried to write the Hind Swaraj, that how all the person in this world can be get the real independence, real freedom. So this thing has been said by the Mahatma Gandhi in his book Hind Swaraj. So what the Quentin Skinner has basically talked about, that we need to understand that what author intention is there, why the author is writing a book. So if we can understand the intention, then we may get or we may interpret the text. Like Swaraj, the term Swaraj which is being used by the Mahatma Gandhi, all of us can interpret as a self-rule. But what is the meaning of self-rule? How the self-rule can be possible? Self-rule can be a form of democracy. Somebody can say that democracy is a self-rule because the government is being elected by the individual, elected by the people, and the government is formed by the people. People are taking the decision. So this is a kind of what you call the individual freedom is there. All the individual are free, and all of us have the self rule is there. But no, Gandhi has have had a very different meaning. Gandhi was saying that all the individual cannot be free, cannot have the liberty till the time the person is economically independent. Means the person should not have to work under the any other person, so that the person can be free to do whatever work or whatever the activity person wanted to do. For example, if we want to do any work or in any industry, so we need to take the permission from the industry. The industry's person can allow us that okay, we can do the job or we can do the particular work, so that we are totally dependent on the other person. So Gandhi was trying to make the independent, all the persons should be free and the self independent. That's why Gandhi has talked about the charkha, that we doesn't require a kind of industry, we doesn't require any other person that who can provide us the source or provide us the help. So Gandhi had this kind of intention. Why the Gandhi has criticized the large state? Gandhi has said that the large state is just as a agency of exploitation, because there is no participation of the individual is there in the state. So Gandhi was trying to talk about that thing. So what I am trying to say that according to the Quinton Skinner, that we need to understand the what author intention is there. The intention will help us to interpret the text in a more scientific manner. Means we can get the truth of the particular word rather than just assuming that author is trying to say these things, or presumption is going on. So we may not get the real interpretation, and that may falsify. That may be having some issues, maybe there. The next thing, the Quinton Skinner has talked about that speech act theory. What is applied speech act theory means? For example, I am talking to you, so my hands are supporting my argument. So whenever a person is trying to say anything in his work or in his article, in his book, we need to say that how far his words, his activity, whatever he's saying in the written format, that thing should have to be supported by the physically. For example, the Gandhi was trying to support the non-violence. Does Gandhi has done any kind of activity related to the non-violence? Then we have seen that yes, the Gandhi has done the activity related to the non-violence. He has performed the satyagraha. That how we can accept the punishment from the others, but we are not going to react. We are not going to use the violence. We are not going to respond to the violence with the violence. We will be non-violence enough. So what I'm trying to talk to you is that according to the Quinton Skinner, that whenever we are interpreting any text, we can correlate the written text with the activity. Means it is somewhere related with the philosophy, with the historical evidences. Means the Quinton Skinner is trying to build argument where the activity should support the author's view, so that the thing, whatever the thing is been mentioned by us, is the correct way. It is a correct thing. The next thing is the linguistic strategy. What is the linguistic strategy? According to the Quinton Skinner, the most important or the most challenging task for any person is to understand the language, to understand the language of any author, and to especially to understand the literature of the author, what the literature is saying. So, in this way, what the Quinton Skinner has said, that we need, the author need to do the full investigation of particular language, that what particular word mean stands for, what particular word is meant for, what is the basically meaning of that particular word is been there. So we need to apply the what to call the linguistic strategy. We need to develop that what is the basically particular word mean, a particular word stands for in a particular language. So this thing has been also suggested by the Quentin Skinner in his book The Vision and the Politics. He has talked about, and in this regard, the Quentin Skinner has also talked about that what we need to do, that we need to develop a tool. What kind of tool? The tool of author's intention. What author intention is there means we need to understand, we need to try to catch the what author intention is there. If we can catch the author intention, what is the author intention means? Author intention basically means or basically represent that ऑथर ने कोई काम क्यों किया है, ऑथर का कहने के पीछे क्या रीजन, व्हाट इज द बेसिक रीजन बिहाइंड एजेंडा बिहाइंड द राइटिंग एनी टेक्स्ट. Like Gandhi, why the Gandhi has written the Hindu Swaraj. Like Aristotle, why the Aristotle has written the Politics. Why Machiavelli has written the Prince. So we need to understand the first intention. What was the basic intention? For Gandhi, Gandhi wanted to liberate all the individuals in this world. For Aristotle, he wanted to make a state where we can have all the government function can perform their activity and they should have a kind of stability there. For example, the Machiavelli wanted to have a very powerful state. He wanted to make a statecraft where they cannot have any kind of problem or any kind of situation and any kind of issues can be there. So, according to the Machiavelli, the powerful state can only be established when we can have a powerful prince, a powerful decision-making body. That is the most important thing. So, what I'm trying to say you here is that Quentin Skinner has basically tried to say that the linguistic strategy is very important to understand and to grab the real meaning of the particular word and grab the real meaning of a particular stanza is being there. The next thing, the Quentin Skinner has said that most point of time in the interpretation, we may face that the interpreter may be biased enough. For example, I'm an Indian, so I may support the Gandhi's view that Gandhi was a man of what you call the international human being was there, and he has raised the issues related to the racial discrimination or the for the freedom of all the individuals. So I may raise the issues whatsoever being suggested by the Gandhi in a much more emphasized manner. So what the Quentin Skinner has said that if any author is interpreting or reading any text, the author should not have kind of emotions should associate with the reader or write whatever the reader is reading or the writer is writing. Means the reader, the interpreter should follow the principle of neutrality. The person should not correlate himself with the Indian. The Gandhi was in Indian, so I need to make him furthermore. We should not have to question, we should not have to criticize the Gandhi's thing. The Gandhi, many point of time, the Gandhi is being criticized for the non-cooperation movement. That non-cooperation movement was going on with the full swing, but in mid of the term, after the Chori Chora incident, the Gandhi has withdrawn its what you call the kind of what you call non-cooperation movement. So we can say that these are the some critiques are there. So whenever we are reading any text, the text should be based on neutrality. Means we should have to follow the text in a neutral basis rather than the kind of interpreting the text model of uh, with the model of what you call with the model of value driven, with the model of by own interest. So we need to make interpret any text with the thing called as a neutrality. We should not have to bias enough that Gandhi was very good. We should not have to bias enough that the thing which is been author is saying is the correct. So this thing has been suggested or mentioned by the Quentin Skinner. And the next thing which the Quentin Skinner has said that we need to understand the society also. What kind of society is there? Without understanding the society, we cannot understand the author's time, because all individual, we are human beings and we are social animal. So we live in a society. The society is most important thing. So the Quentin Skinner has said that society is one of the important thing, and without society we can't able to understand the basic text. So this thing has been mentioned by the Quinton Skinner, that we need to understand the full society. ओके सो मीनवाइल अगर किसी को कोई चीज अभी समझ में नहीं आया क्विंटन स्किनर का अभी तक ये बात, तो पूछ सकते हो। गंदी बातें में लगाए थे। किसी को अगर कोई चीज अभी समझ में नहीं आया है क्विंटन स्किनर को, तो आप पूछ सकते हैं। इफ एनी स्टूडेंट हैव दिस डाउट, एनी क्वेरीज आर देयर रिलेटेड टू क्विंटन स्किनर्स अप्रोच contextual method, so you can ask me.
So this is Unnati. I'm just a little confused between textual and contextual method because in Terence Ball, that article also there was something about understanding a particular context. I don't know if it was just um, it was in reference to Quentin Skinner's work only, but and I thought that Terence Ball, the entire article, all the methods were for textual method only. So I was just a little confused about that.
Very good question, Unnati. See, the major difference between the textual and the contextual approach is the textual method. Yes, I have mentioned when we were discussing about this Terence Ball textual approach, especially the Leo Strauss. Leo Strauss has mentioned the historical evidence, historical exploration. But the Terence Ball has said that what is the priority thing? Whenever we are reading the text, what is the priority? What is the most important thing? So Terence Paul has said that the text is the most prior thing for us. Whenever we are reading the text, so we should not have to give importance to the surrounding condition, history, because we cannot know or we cannot judge the true condition or true situation of that period of the time, so that we may misinterpret it. So what they have said, that they have said that we need to give emphasis on the words, that what words are saying, what the interpretation of the particular word is there. We should not have to give emphasis to the condition or the situation or the surrounding. This thing has been mentioned by the Terence Ball. Whereas the Quinton Skinner has said that text is the least important, but the context is the most important thing. Without knowing the context, we cannot able to understand the what you call the text. So in this, both the thinkers, what they are saying, they both the thinkers are saying textual approach is giving preference to the text, whereas the context is a little bit very little importance. Whereas the Quinton Skinner is saying the context is very important, because without knowing the context, without knowing the historicity of the word, we cannot able to understand the text. So they have given more emphasis to the context rather than the text. So this is the major difference between the textual approach and the contextual approach.
Understood. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, so if there is any doubt, any queries are there, so still we can have some discussion. Yes,
So,
Aditi.
in yesterday's class, you mentioned about mythology of doctrine. So,
Yeah.
I couldn't get it. Could you please explain it
Okay.
once again?
Okay. Very good. Okay. In the mythologies of doctrine, what is this? The mythology of the doctrine is basically nothing else, but according to the contextual approach, what they are saying that whenever we are reading any text, they are always been driven by three kind of mythologies. मतलब कि वो कोई भी चीज को इंटरप्रेट करते हैं, उसमें वो थ्री mythologies फॉलो करते हैं. What are those mythologies? That they always try to interpret the doctrine, means doctrines means the thing, for example the separation of power, the every action have the some certain kind of reaction. So whatever the doctrine is been given by, so they always try to follow the doctrine, and there can be chances that the doctrine which is being mentioned by the author have some different meaning, some different interpretation. Like The Marcelo Poda, he is one of the philosophers. He has used the term the separation of power. The term separation of power used by the Marcelo Poda have different kind of meaning. He was trying to separate the religion versus the state, or religion versus the government. He was not talking about the legislature, executive, and the judiciary. So if we can interpret the doctrine, current doctrine with the that period of the time doctrine, that may not match. So this is a loophole, means we can misinterpret the text. The second doctrine, second critique. These are the three critiques. These are the three important problems which has been mentioned by the contextual approach. First is the doctrine, interpretation of the doctrine. Second is the coherence, like the building argument. What the textual approach has said, that whenever we are reading any text, we need to follow, or we need to build the argument. Argument should be there. Coherence should be there. So that we means we are not doing a wrong interpretation, because everything have interlink or interrelations are there, so that we are getting the real meaning. But what the contextual thinkers have said, the contextual thinker have said that any argument can be built by any interpreter. We can build any argument, anything, because argument can be built, reason can be made, but it can be not true, it can be far away from the truth. So the coherence is also being a kind of questioned by the contextual approach. The next is the prolificis. What is the prolificis is there, that the knowledge about the philosophy. For most of the persons or the interpreter don't have the understanding about the philosophy or a condition, certain condition, then it may be false, it may be false, or the wrong interpretation can be there. So whenever we are doing an interpretation, the person should be aware about the situation, certain about the certain context. So these three issues has been raised by the contextual approach. So these three mythologies are basically kind of problems. What are those problems are there in the textual approach?
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So tomorrow we are going to do the analysis. What are those positive points are there, and what are those negative points are there of the contextual approach. So we can do the analysis. So meanwhile, all of you should read the article which I have already uploaded on the Google Classroom. Kindly read the article, then we can do the discussion as an analysis. Okay, take care. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.